So let us move on.
Olivia Longo.
So now, Olivia Longo from Brescia. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this invitation. It's a great pleasure to participate in this interesting conference. Okay. Every city has its own unique building that tell the story of its place. Knowing this history helps us appreciate our heritage more. It also helps us include important parts of the past in new buildings, creating a link between old and new. Respecting local traditions when designing makes projects more meaningful and the city more special. Blending tradition and innovation keeps the city's character alive and makes people proud of where they live. Recognizing the history in architecture helps develop modern cities that are still connected to their roots. Designing buildings and cities in complex and involves lots of different things. It's important to understand the culture, history, society, technology, and the environment. The history of architecture is helpful because it shows how styles and building methods have changed over time. In cities, new buildings need to fit in with the existing ones, even the old ones. Using history and culture in modern design helps create a sense of continuity. It guides architects in choosing the right materials, shapes, and functions. Back in 1966, Gregotti explained how history influences architecture. He said there are 3 levels of historicity. All 3 levels shape the design. Understanding them helps architects build with respect for the past, but also relevant to today. It encourages thoughtful planning that considers the building's role in the city's history. The first level is the history of the building site, its past, and what it means. The second is the history of architecture itself, like how styles have changed over time. The third is the personal history of the architect, what they've experienced. Place and space are important in architecture. Heidegger said that space is a defined area, like a boundary. The Greeks say space as a realm, a specific area set aside. It's not empty. It has meaning because of its limits. Places give meaning to spaces. For example, a house isn't just a shell, but a place full of memories. Dwelling somewhere means feeling at home and connected to a place. Even when we leave home, we carry the idea of it inside us. Our memories of places shape how we see and perceive spaces, and they help us feel part of the city. Bachelard looked at how people see and experience space through the poetics of the house. He believed that our feelings and dreams shape how we imagine and use our homes. A house is more than just a place to hide. It reflects what's going on inside us. We remember our favorite spots that give us comfort and safety. These imagined spaces are connected to our memories and emotions. Bachelor's ideas show how people form emotional bonds with the space around them. Our view of space is influenced by our feelings and dreams. Architects can design places that really connect with people's inner world, making them more meaningful and welcoming. Architecture combines art and science. It needs creative ideas and technical know-how. Carlos Martí-Ariz believed that this can be done using Karl Popper's scientific method called falsification. It encourages testing ideas through observation. So architects start with a problem, come up with a hypothesis, then test and improve them. This process involves learning and making ongoing adjustments. Both art and science require imagination and experimentation at the same time. This helps architects find innovative solutions that are both logical and creative. Science and art in architecture are connected but have different souls, of course. Science uses hypotheses and experiments to test ideas. Art relies on imagination and personal interpretation. Popper's method helps architects explore and improve their ideas. Architecture is practical, solving problems based on the site's initial conditions, but it also involves creative principles and abstract ideas. Understanding both helps architecture grow as a mix of logic and imagination, making it a meaningful art that meets real needs. This way of understanding scientific progress also involves some virtues. For Popper, the perfect scientist has two sides: the creative, artistic side and the strict, skeptical side. The creative side relates to phase 1 and the skeptical testing side relates to phase 2 of scientific progress. The conjecture of problem-solving phase, where scientists propose a go-ahead testable hypothesis. The refutation or falsification phase, where they rigorously attempt to prove the hypothesis wrong through observation and experimentation. Science progresses through repeating cycles of making the conjecture and trying to falsify it. If a hypothesis survives, it is temporarily accepted, but it must be abandoned or modified if it is falsified by evidence. Language is important in architecture. Martí-Ariz used to say that words helps us understand ideas through experience. Words like door or windows, for example, are universal. They help architects develop design rules by categorizing elements. Language allows us to test ideas in a systematic way. Architects analyze data and ideas to improve their project. Language also helps turn complex situations into clear principles. It guides innovation within an existing historical context. Architecture shows the culture and the era it was built in. Knowing the local history helps designers pick the right shapes and materials. Gregotti said that writing and teaching architecture are important for understanding the story of a place, and that architects need to think carefully about their work. Good architecture balances respecting the past with solving current problems. It's all about a dialogue between the site, the materials, the culture context. In architectural and urban design, Gregotti's settlement principle links a building to its location. It considers the land, history, and culture. Gregotti believed that architecture should respond to the issues and the history of the site, and the local materials have meaning and should be used thoughtfully. This approach results in buildings that fit well with their surroundings. It enhances the landscape and respects local tradition, honoring the past and creating harmony. Oh, sorry, disappear? Oh, sorry, we don't have the image. In the case of Parma, for example, Gregotti's design approach is based on three main rules: unity of material, variety of shapes, and connection between different types of buildings. He uses local bricks because of their strength and consistency. Every part follows ideas of simplicity, order, organic quality, and precision. Gregotti points out that architecture isn't about making things simpler, but about handling complexity through careful planning. Precision means setting clear rules for each part, making sure everything fits together as a coherent system. Order is about creating rhythm and meaning, so the design idea becomes visible and real. This way of working helps build a stronger sense of identity in the project. There isn't the image, I'm sorry. The last, so I conclude, to stop architecture from becoming boring or too influenced by trends, it's important to find the right balance between different cultural styles and what a place needs. The idea of order is fundamental. It stops designs from just being random repeats or random variations. Louis Kahn's word about order and form remind us that architecture should keep its identity, even in a society that's all about uniformity. The goal is to create buildings that matter and stand out, ones that really reflect their core idea. This means understanding how tradition and innovation go hand in hand, making sure new designs respect the past while looking to the future. By blending different cultural influences and local conditions, architects can create work that feels rooted yet forward-looking. In this way, architecture stays a meaningful and consistent way to express human life, resisting frivolous trends and holding on to its integrity over time. Thank you very much.
Dziękujemy bardzo.